The origins of my mother's side go all the way back through 4 of my great-grandparents. The earliest Turner relative I can confirm was James Turner. He was born in 1797 in the small town of Kenninghall in Norfolk County, England. This is about 100 miles northeast of London. On the 1841 census, he was listed as an agricultural laborer, and then in 1851 he was listed as an agricultural laborer. Because of the poor English economic conditions, 2 of his children immigrated to the United States. His daughter, Elizabeth, married and moved to Pioneer, Ohio, and his son, James, eventually bought property to farm about 6 miles west of Pioneer, in Bridgewater Township. They then encouraged their parents and younger siblings to join them. James and Mary Turner and 16-year-old Martha and 14-year-old William Clark Turner arrived in New York on the steamship Harvest Queen on the 17th of July in 1858. William Clark Turner later married Sarah Elliott, who was descended from several generations of Quakers who can be traced back to the earliest settlers of Pennsylvania. William Clark Turner and Sarah Ann, their son, William Elliott Turner, was a Church of God minister and elder. He married Maud Sumner, whose ancestors can be traced back many generations to the early settlers of Vermont and Connecticut. The Sumners originated from England. William Elliott and Maud Sumner, their son, Ross Dale Turner, then married Fay Eileen Kaiser. For my great-grandma Fay Kaiser, she was born in Neptune, Mercer County, Ohio. Her ancestors moved there from Pennsylvania and are of German descent. A fun fact about the family was they actually changed the spelling of their surname from Keyser after world events gave just an unfavorable connotation to German Kaisers. So now to my Mercer family. The earliest Mercer ancestor that is confirmed was John Mercer. He came from the state of Pennsylvania in early 1800s. This family eventually migrated and settled between Pioneer and Montpelier. That's in Williams County, Ohio, between the late 1840s. They were farmers of either English or German descent. So now to my great-grandpa Mercer. His name's Ernest Sherman Mercer. He married my great-grandma Mabel Ruth May. This would be my mom's grandparents. So for my May side, they immigrated from Germany and they arrived in New York in 1841. They eventually settled in Defiance County, Ohio. In 1909, my great-grandma Mabel, her father Michael May, he moved his family via covered wagon to a farm just north of Pioneer, Ohio in Hillsdale County, Michigan. So Ernest and Mabel's daughter would be my grandma. My grandma Betty, she married my grandpa Turner, and he was the son of Ross and Fay Turner. They got married on December 29th, 1951. So for my family traditions, we have many, many family traditions. One that comes to my mind first is we go to Outer Banks, North Carolina every summer. Here in this picture is the recent picture of us. We have went with multiple different families, but one main one was with my whole Jackson side. We do lots of fun activities. We stay in a big house on the beach, and it's always a great time. Another tradition that we have is whenever holiday comes up, we always get together. We throw a party, we celebrate, we play games, and we just hang out and catch up on everything we've missed throughout the last few months. Another tradition that comes to my mind is our family vacations to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We've been going since I was younger, and we have continued to go as all of my siblings have grown up. We always go hiking, we drive around the mountains just to see the scenery, and it's always just a great time and a beautiful place to see. Another tradition of mine is our family cottage at Coldwater Lake, Michigan. My grandparents have always had one since I was younger, and we still continue to go. Here's a picture of us from just actually a few weeks ago when we celebrated Labor Day. So a custom of my family is we all love sports. We especially love football. My brother plays, my dad's a football coach. We just eat, breathe, sleep football. Here's another picture of us. We love cheering on the Ohio State Buckeyes. We're always going to games and just having so much fun. For my religious beliefs, I was born and raised Catholic. I was a part of the St. John the Evangelist Parish, and I attended Delphus St. John's in Delphus, Ohio from K to 12. I am a Catholic, and I believe that God has created us by His love and support. He provides for us daily. I believe that He is our Father, and He fills our hearts with love. Also, I've learned through the Catholic faith to follow His path and His teaching in my daily life. So some people are raised to have a certain opinion about religious or ethnic groups, and for my family, obviously, we do have strong beliefs in our faith, and that may lead us to be judgmental, but in the end, I just do not feel that my family is biased toward a particular group. So in my future profession with speech pathology, judging another, it does happen quite often. With my culture, I am a white American. Obviously, my cultural differences are going to be different from a family that is from Eastern cultures like China or Japan. But I'm just not going to let this happen or affect my working environment. I understand that each culture has different opinions, and each culture focuses on different ways of social interaction. And lastly, with my religious beliefs, obviously I am strong in my Catholic faith, but when I decided to work in a profession where I do have to work closely with families, I knew that I could not be biased toward the beliefs others hold. I know some families and we won't agree on certain things. Families may think a certain method is better than the method I view, but I'm willing to negotiate and figure out something we both agree on, and I understand that every family is different, and I will not let this affect my session with families and the patient.